All right, everybody, welcome back. We are in the streets. It's been a long time since I've been here last. I found a reason. To come back. Let me get this right. You know, I haven't had a lot of success on stream after my first week or so, and I got a little tired. I won't lie. I got a little tired of just grinding it day in and day out. Also, I didn't like the pressure I was putting on myself to have to fire all these events early when I think the best strategy is to max late reg. So, you know, I took a couple weeks and I played off stream and I mashed. I just mashed. Outside of last night, which we'll get into a little bit while we're talking through this stream. Played really big last night. I was 4-tabling at one point, 2 10-20s, 2 25-50s, and it was swingy. It was super swingy. I was up a lot and then down a lot and ended up losing. But I'm just at my peak. I was just shy of 100K upswing. I've had some reversals since then. Played a couple really big Sundays on multiple sites the past couple weeks where I lost small each time. As I mentioned, I kind of had a big loss yesterday. So, I'm in a good place. I'm in a good place for this circuit to be starting. This is the second event that I've played. I played a full schedule yesterday, but wanted to get my feet wet before I got back in the streaming streets. Anyway, we're going to kick it off with the 525 online finale circuit monster stack. We do get 3 re-entries into this. I nearly max late regged. So the structure for this one's a little bit better, but basically I just came in at the 300, 600 level with 20,000. So, you know, we have a little bit over 30 big blinds. And it's a good event. It's it's a 200K guarantee. I'm going to start by showering this guy. I'm going to be 3-bet folding here, which I don't love, but I think it's probably the most profitable play. Anyway, I had a lot of success with this max late registration, and it's what I'd been doing in the past. All of last year, I had a fair amount of success playing the WSOP 1Ks because they're small field events. They're very top heavy. All of the things that align with somebody who doesn't want to put in mass volume and doesn't want to be grinding a 10 to 12 hour session. And what I was doing was I was max late regging, coming in with like 10 to 15 big blinds, and just being patient, looking for spots to double. You navigate, you move, and the next thing you know, you're on the bubble, right? The bubble is generally less than an hour away from max registration. Now it's different in these big events like this 200K. That changes things dramatically just because the structure is a lot better. In any event, what I've really come to realize is that the bulk of your ROI on a small site like this, where fields tend to be a little bit small, prize pools are a little bit top heavy, and everything in between, a lot of that win rate just comes from not being in for maximum bullets. You know, not averaging $4,500 into a 1K and things of that nature. So, as you guys may or may not know, I won 2 events in the last 10 days. I won the Tuesday high roller. I think it was a $500 buy-in. I won that for $22,500, and then I turned around and won the Saturday $250 buy-in. I think it's a 25K guarantee. I won that for $12,500. So nice uptick for MTTs. I've been playing a lot more 10-20 on the site, and I had a nice uptick in cash there as well. So I feel good about the strategy. You know, it only took 90 days to get it all together, but here we are. We're ready to rock and roll. You know, it feels good to be back. It feels good to be back, I won't lie. And also it feels good to be a little distracted from all that ails us in the world right now. I don't want to get too much into current affairs and things of that nature. If you want to hear my take, please go watch the last vlogcast Christian and I have done. I think that it does a pretty good job of exemplifying you know, what it is that we believe to be true. What's going on? There we go. Now we're live. I was getting a little nervous. I thought you guys were gonna not hear from me. All right, so this wouldn't necessarily be a range bet spot, I don't think, especially in a situation where two ranges tend to be a little bit on the wider side. But in tournaments, the beauty is that you can almost never go wrong range betting, especially when you're up against the big blind. So you'll probably see me c-betting in a lot of spots that I have a little bit of hesitancy with. In a general sense, though, it's really just a byproduct of there being so much money in the pot. So, you know, I'll kind of walk through those thought processes a little bit as we dig in. What up, everybody? How are you guys all doing? Let's see who's in the chat, who's with us. My man, Andre Hankshua. Guys, I got to tell you what a pleasure it's been to, to be in the presence of greatness on a day-to-day basis. I say that in jest, but Andre really is one of the best at what he does, and it's nice to be able to, kind of have somebody who's carved out his own little niche in the space that I can bounce ideas back and forth on. We collaborate on a lot of stuff. You could thank him for the live version of the vlogcast lately. He and his team have been out there dealing with us, dealing with our shit, and our diva-ness sometimes. We had a 10-hour pre-production meeting the day before the last vlogcast. 10 hours. And it was heated. It was a lot, man. It was a lot to undertake. It was some heavy topics. But I'm pretty proud with the product. I'm really proud of what their team has done for us. And I'm really proud of the product we've been putting out, both messaging-wise and the way that it looks. Tech Hash, shouting us out from London. What's good, my man? I appreciate you. What up, Fish Cakes? How you doing? Wildcats, welcome back. The Kravinka. Yo, where are you from, man? What is this name? The Kravinka. Kravica. That's not... That's some Eastern European shit, right? Like, are we in Russia? Are we in Slovakia? Where are we at? I need to know. Truth, Money, and Freedom. It's an interesting name, all things considering. Already talking about the Illuminati. This is going to be glorious. Metal DR, how you doing, my man? Yo, Ryan Jones, Syrian Nightmare. Congratulations on your final table yesterday. My man finished, I think, 7th in the Keep It at 100K guarantee event on WSOP. We're gonna fire that event up pretty soon. There's 30 minutes left in registration. I'm gonna hop in probably with about 12 minutes to go, so it'll give me a full level before registration ends. Who else is here? Andre says one day Christian will go over the power of Ace Queen. I gotta tell you, leaving the house today. I almost feel emboldened to use my streaming platform to troll Chin, because I'm walking out of the house and I'm like, he's like, you going to play? I'm like, yeah. I had a fucking tough night yesterday, by the way. Like, I played for 16 hours of 1020 or higher the entire time. I had over 50,000 on the tables at any given time, and I was swinging from like plus 10k to minus 20k for the entirety of the session, only to finish at my low point. So, like, to say that I wasn't exactly excited to get out here and fire up the MTT streets today is an understatement. So I'm like walking out the door and he's like, you going to play? It's like, yeah, man, I'm going to play. I got to go stream. He's like, I hate it. It's like, yeah, man, it's hard. It's not fun to stream, it's tough. And I was like, oh, but like, tell me how difficult streaming is, given your experience of having done 3. So hopefully you'll all be able to twist his arm a little bit and get him out here in these streets again at some point in the future. Lord knows I can't do it all, guys. This is what my week looks like next week, all right? My week is I teach homeschool Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Wait, is that right? Monday, Wednesday. No, just Monday, Wednesday. Sorry, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. I teach homeschool. So that's 9 hours of class time for next week. Plus, we have the vlogcast on Wednesday. So that's like another hour and a half, plus pre-production on Tuesday. That's something else I got going on. And then on top of that, I want to try to stream for you guys probably 5 days a week if possible. I mean, there are circuit events every single day. So I would like to get in there and stream them if possible. I'm a little torn as to whether or not I want to stream cash. It's been going well, and I'm having a hard time not correlating my struggles to the fact that I was giving information away in close to real time. Just as much as I've been playing lately, I realize how much adjusting takes place on the fly. And when you're divulging your hands and the line work you take and things of that nature, I just wonder how much I'm hurting myself by streaming mid to high stakes cash. So I may just keep it strict to tournaments at this point. I don't really think we're giving anything away here. We're mostly doing just push folds, and that's not exactly lighting the world on fire. But in any event, there's a good chance I'm going to be doing something content related 7 straight days next week. Oh, and for those of you who are members of S4Y TV, I'm doing a review video of my win in the $500 event. So that will be up next Saturday. I need to find a day to knock that out. I'm not really sure when the hell I'm going to find time to do it. Right now I'm leaning, I guess, on Thursday, it seems like. So maybe you guys may lose the Thursday or Friday stream because I'm going to have to put in some effort into that. It's going to take me probably 5 or 6 hours to get that right. But in any event, I plan on streaming at a bare minimum Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. There's a good chance I do Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of hours for sure. Nice to see you too, Giovanni. How you doing? What up, Chewy? How you doing, my man? Good luck. Yo, you quit that 1020 game way too soon. Way too soon, man. It was a crazy day. I was 2 tabling 2550 and 1 tabling. Well, I was on a wait list for 50-100 last night, and the games didn't break until like 4:30 in the morning. It was wild. Very, very swingy day. Very swingy day. David Dorge says, I'm crushing the late reg idea on GG. Thanks for maximizing my EV. Anytime, my man. I'm not really sure how GG's late reg works, so I don't know if it's comparable. But the WSOP fields tend to be so small that max late regging comes with massive benefit in the sense that like 2/3 of the field is sometimes gone in these bigger buy-in events. You know, we might see something like only 25% of the field remains, and 10 to 15% of the field will cash. So it just becomes one of those things where it's like you're just printing money by late regging. Sure, you take on a lot of volatility because you bust, but that's just kind of the nature of the beast. Oh, got to get in this 1K. 9 minutes remaining in registration. This is a turbo. It's only the 8-minute structure. I'm going to go ahead and pull this window up for you guys as well. Let me see where I have. I think I have a table 3. All the mountains or the seas. Let's see. What do we got here? That's annoying. We're gonna fold, of course. Yeah, we got table 3. All right, let me pull this up. Okay, so we're coming in with about 15 blinds. The blinds are about to go up to 357 though, so we're gonna have about 12 and a half blinds. And we're just chilling. We're just looking for a good spot to double. You see a lot of people adapting that strategy here at the table. What up, my man Potential at the table? Ryan LaPlante, he is 3 starting stacks, so he's doing quite well. Delaware and 666, I don't recognize these guys. Good chance they are weekend players. I'm going to keep this one up for a little while just because we're likely to get more action at this depth. Or lack thereof, I should say. Ah, from Ireland. The Krvika is a beautiful waterfall I visited a couple times in Bosnia and Herz. Interesting. I gotta travel more, man. Just everything about that sentence sounds a hell of a lot better than sitting in an office playing 6 tables, grinding high stakes, you know? What up, Conrad? How you doing, my man? All right, we're going to be all in here. This spot's probably pretty close. I probably could justifiably fold, but ace-jack suit is just too good with 15 bigs. So we're going to grip it and rip it. We're probably going to be flipping. We could be dominating a hand like king, jack, queen, king, queen. Not dominating king, queen, but, you know. Yeah, we're flipping. And we're probably going to get there because it's been going better lately. Bing. All right. I spoke too soon. We're back on stream. All right, so I think that's probably a pretty reasonable spot to gamble. We're obviously getting it in here for our last one big blind. And this kind of comes with the annoyance of late reg. You will sometimes be in for multiple bullets when you find good spots like that, or you find average spots like that. I could also just pass there and, you know, not flip for $1,000. But doubling up is pretty critical. Like basically taking a double stack into the post reentry period is pretty critical. Man, holding there would have been nice. Oh, we got there. We got there, baby. Okay. So now we have a third of a starting stack. And we got set, what do we got? 5 minutes to run it up? Maybe a little less? Yeah, we got 5 minutes on the dot. Let's go. Let's win this one too. Old hotel. Conrad, it's YOU''RE. YOUR means you're. If anybody gets that reference, you're my hero. All right, little protection here. Thank you, Potential. Hopefully you have a hand like Ace 10. So we have 40% equity and a nice overlay on the pot. That'd be pretty dope. Okay, we'll take it. Let's go. King 9. King 9 to get us back to starting. Come on. This game is so unjust. We were live. We were live for a starting stack. Could have saved us $1,000. You want to know what's really torturous about that? Is going broke under the gun. Now we pass through the fucking blinds and have to pay. I could do that, Gene. I actually consider doing that. Or not consider. I definitely will do it. I'll do a high stakes play and explain at some point down the line. All right, we're gonna flop middle pair here versus my man Benny P. 5 SPR. Probably pretty tough to get the money in right here, right now. He's gonna have a pretty protected limping range too, so it's not like it's gonna be zero. We are going to have a clear bet, though, about half pot. Carrie says, did you play live? Your energy is totally different. Nah, I've just been winning. Winning does a lot to a man. Oh, sick. Congrats, Chewy. He said he won the Keep It at 100 yesterday. Yo, he wins a lot of tournaments. No joke. If you guys haven't checked it out already, when Chewy wins events, he then streams a review of that event for free on Twitch. All he asks in return is some donations for some good causes. It's a good, just reason to support, you know, high-level content. He's out there telling you his blueprint. And he does some wild shit, man. I've seen him do some wild stuff. Okay. Facing 3/4 pot here. The Jack of Diamonds is actually a pretty good card to have. What are his peels on the flop? Ace high, I guess, could check call. It could have just bet itself as well. I don't think he's taking too much of a check call line with like a 10. He'll have some Queen X. What other diamonds make logical sense? Just Ace X of diamonds. And 2X of diamonds. You could just have a deuce, though. All right, I'm going to fold. This is too close, I think. Just going to let it go. I probably could have bet turn, though I don't think my hand needs much protection. When will Chin's free roll win be reviewed? That's a great question, man. We should probably get him on that. ASAP. What up, Caleb? Thanks for popping in the chat, my man. Shout out to Lily, who I know is watching as well. Caleb just made the leap to Vegas. Made the mistake of leaving beautiful Austin for these dusty Vegas streets. Now he's out here on the grind. Doing well, though. Doing well. All right, we only got 1 minute left in this re-entry period for the 1K. We have 0 minutes left. I take it back. We are on break, and I will be back shortly. All right, all right. We back. Let's see. What do we got? All right. Re-entry is over in both of these events. Into the 525 for 1, into the 1K for 2. Have less than a starting stack. That's unfortunate. But that's the life we live. I'm also going to hop into 215, keeping it 100 right now. There's 12 minutes of registration left in that one. Let me go ahead and pull that up for you as well. All right. So I'm playing a sort of light schedule today. I think that's probably worth noting. Let's see, 10 big blinds, king deuce suited. I think this is good enough. We're gonna be all in. 11 big blinds, I guess. So I'm playing a fairly light schedule. It's just these 3, and then this evening there's a $500 50K guarantee. Not a whole lot else on the schedule. There are some 10Ks and 15K guarantees at like the $50, $100 level, but I just don't. Oh, heart, let's go. Heart, help! All right, we're out of the 1K. I run way better off stream, I gotta tell you. I just get that through so often off stream. It's crazy. All right, so that was short-lived. Luckily, that would be the smallest prize pool that we play for the day. So of the ones that we were concerned about winning, that was the most winnable event, but wasn't exactly a massive prize pool. It was 23,000 to first, though, which everybody could use a little bit of that. That would make up for what I lost yesterday. But to keep it at 100, that's looking nice. And the circuit is probably going to be... Okay, registration just closed, so the circuit event is 81,000 to first. That's a nice chunk of change. That's what we're going to look to win. I'm a little bit sad about the 1K, but what can you do, you know? It is what it is. You play tournaments, you bust tournaments. It's that easy. Do. All right, I'm just catching up on the chat. Dennis says, hi from the Gold Coast. Enjoyed the latest 2 vlogs. You seem lively today. Good game. Let's do it. Oh, I guess I should bring up a table for you guys instead of just staring at the black abyss. My bad. I was just lamenting. I actually haven't been dealt a hand in anything else anyway. What is Chewy's Twitch? I'm actually not sure. Chewy, if you want to type it in the chat, I'll give you mod status. But otherwise, if you follow him on Twitter, he just tweets it out whenever he goes live. So there's that. Let me find Chewy so I can give him mod status. Now we'll cross that raging river. There he is. Yeah, if it's not Lucky Chewy 87, then like I said, just follow him on Twitter, and you'll get announcements there as to when he's going live. Hi, kitty. This all feels so slow after having been four-tabling high stakes for 14 hours yesterday. But honestly, I will say it feels kind of relaxing. Like, I definitely didn't get a ton of sleep. I definitely still woke up with that looming feeling of like you could have quit when you were ahead, and that miserable feeling of like knowing that I was up small five figures only to lose small five figures. It's like, you know, at some point you don't want to do that, but it's kind of ingrained in the game. It's the nature of the beast. God, I wish you could see this cat's face right now. He's in fucking heaven. Beta says, you enter the tag team event at the WSOP. Who do you pick for your partner? Berkey, Polk, Ivy, Jungle Man, or Fedor? I think the answer to that is abundantly obvious. As in, I think there's one clear answer, and the other four probably don't matter very much. I do think that there's like cool strategy to the tag team event. Yeah, it is Fedor. It's 100%. Oh, he's saying it's Fedor as in that's the spelling. I'm saying it's Fedor as in that's the obvious choice. I do think that there's interesting strategy to the tag team event. Like, I think having a really strong cash game player on your team and having them play the early levels, knowing that they're either going to accumulate or just bust, is really, really helpful. And then I think having like tournament specialists to get in there when the ICM is the highest is worth just piles. Like, if me, Christian, and Hunt could develop a tag team event, or develop a tag team rather, I would, without question, want myself in the early phase leading up to the bubble. I would want Chin in around the bubble, and then during the consolidation period thereafter. And then I think all three of us would just be like a mix of closing it. But like, I would want Hunt to play, for sure I would want Hunt to play like the final table bubble, and then the early stages of the final table. And then I think I would want, no, actually I would want Chin to play the early stages of the final. So I would want Hunt to play the final table bubble, Chin to play the early stages of the final table, me to play whenever there's like 6-3 left, and then Hunt to play when there's 3 to a winner. That would be the way that I would divvy things up if it were up to me. Like, I would want to handle early phase, and then with like 3 tables left down to like 15, I would want to be the one in there. And then I would want Hunt to be in there from 15 down to 9, and then Chin 9 to 6, and then me 6 to 3, and then Hunt 3 to winner. You know, assuming that I wasn't the one to bust. I think that like our personalities and our understandings of the game, that pacing goes really well with like the inflection of the actual event. Like, when you need your most aggressive player in there is when I should tap in, and like when you need your most mathematically driven ICM knowledgeable player, push fold player, like anytime we're sub 20, I would just tap Hunt in every single time. And every time we're like plus 40, I would want to be in there for sure. What up, Jimmy? How you doing, my man? Welcome. I saw you in the chat for the vlogcast on Tuesday trying to keep the peace. I know that was a difficult task. People were wilding, man. I think if we ever do anything that inflammatory or that controversial again, I should say, we should probably just close off the live chat. Ooh. Okay. This is a really good hand. Getting a good price. But I don't think it realizes very well 3 ways. I'm going to make a tight fold. Very, very, very tight fold. Over here, we have a clear defend off 10. Or off 11, rather. Now we have a very clear get in. It's just a matter of how that's going to happen. I actually don't mind open ripping these spots with hands of this high of equity. Because I can sometimes get better jack highs to fold. Or not better jack highs, but like better hands that contain a jack. Like, perhaps... Actually, that's not true. On this specific texture, that's not true. But I could maybe get, like, king-queen to fold, which is now the nuts. I'm really surprised he checks back on such an advantageous flop. It's kind of annoying, too, because now it's difficult for me to play for stacks. But I think I just have a call-down hand at the moment. And now I just have an open rip. Can't really check. I don't expect him to be bluffing on this card ever. If he has king-queen, he's going to pay. If he has two-pair, he should be paying too. Oh, wow, he turned the ass in. That's why he checked. Yeah, we definitely don't want to get that hand to fold. If we had open shoved, he definitely would have folded. Which, considering we got quote-unquote unlucky on the turn, would have maybe been a good thing, but his equity was very low. All right, so now we pick up the queeners off a double stack. That's nice. We have an open shove into us. That's also nice. Maybe Scotch face. Nope. Okay, I got greedy. Let's go. Heart's good. That'll do it. Back here at the 525. We got Rabinowitz opening under the gun and getting flatted by the cut. With 20 big blinds, I wish we could play this hand a little bit more cautiously. But given that it's an obvious squeeze spot, I don't think we have a choice. This will be bottom of value, I think. Maybe nines would shove. It's close. I think I would have ace queen plus, tens plus here only. Like I said, nines would be in a pretty awkward spot. I think nines would just flat, though, to be honest. Gets through. That's nice. Getting through is nice. David Summers says some pretty sick 25-50s got off last night. How'd it go? Not well, man. Not well. It went great for a while. So I played 10-20 for like, I don't know, 6 hours, and I was stuck 6,000 or so. Moved up to 25-50, bluffed off the buy-in to get me down like 12K. And then I turned that into, playing two tables of 25-50, I turned that into plus 13,000 at like 1:30 in the morning. And there were still 2 full games, and they were good. So I didn't leave. And variance and fatigue and everything else you can imagine all caught up with me. And I ended up dusting off, I think I lost, from my peak, I think I lost like 30,000. Net total, I think I was down 16K for the day, which is very, very difficult to take, all things considered. We're going for it here against old Scotch Face. We got it through. Jimmy wants to know when I'm going to go play live cash again. I don't know, man. If I'm not there right now, I'm not sure that I'm in any rush, just because the games are good right now. They're playing 5-handed 20-40, no limit at the Venetian, and they're juicy. So, you know, if I'm not down there right now mixing it up, I'm just not in a rush. We have games available to us right now. When online drives up and I have no choice, then maybe I'll have to risk it. But, yeah, I'm not sweating it too much. Oh, word. Oh, I didn't realize David was avid s'mores. I remember the hero call against you. I don't remember what the hand was, though. And you don't have to relive it for my benefit or the chat's. But I do remember making a huge hero call against you. I honestly just don't recall. I played so many fucking hands in the last 2 days. I don't remember what it was. But yeah, good luck to you too, man. I know you're out there battling in all these events. I see you in everything. You are one of the OG regs, so good luck out there. If we get at the final table together, take it easy on me, man. I had a rough night last night, you know? Quitting while you're ahead is for losers. I kind of agree, man. You know, when the game's good, you just got to battle it out. And sometimes you're going to fucking turn a win into a loss. It goes the other way, too. Sometimes you turn a loss into a win. We're going to open the ace-10 off here. Don't love it. Don't hate it. Just feels like a good spot to steal. What's the 11 for in your screen name? I've been 11 since I was 8 years old in any sports that I play. I don't know why. I guess I like symmetry. So this board kind of touches his flatting range, but he's also going to have a lot of mid-pocket pairs. Because of that, I think I get the c-bet here with my over and a gutty. When he calls through, I expect him to have a lot of queen jack, king jack type of holdings, jack tens, etc. When he raises, obviously, I think he strictly has like king, queen, or sixes. Lily says, you enter the tag team event at the WSOP. Who do you pick for your partner? Chin, Conrad, Corey, or Hunt? That's right. You only get one now. You know, my allegiance is always to Chin. And I truly do think he's one of the best poker players that I know personally. But there's always a but. I think he and I are very similar. He's just like smarter about taking risks, where I'm much more of a risk taker. Whereas I think Hunt has a very particular skill set that I suck at, which is being good at push fold and being good with the ICM. So, you know, I would always pick Chin first by default. But if I was like choosing strategically based on where I think my greatest weakness is, I think Hunt probably does a better job of covering that for me. And that's no offense to Chin. I think he's, you know, an extremely well-rounded player who kills it. It's just, I'm not confident. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I'm more confident in Hunt's 20 big blind game and below than probably anybody else that is in my inner circle. With the exception of Corey. Corey will fold our ass down to 5 big blinds just so we don't bust that event. And I respect that. All right, we've accumulated a nice little stack here. Re-entry is now over in the 215. We got ourselves up to 3 starting stacks, 32 big blinds. That's nice. Very reg-heavy table. I recognize Young Koi. Shout out to my man out in Jersey. Jake Toole. This is obviously an open. I'm just thinking if limping is... This is kind of a good limp because it's hard for the 24 blind stack to shove, where he's a lot more incentivized to versus the raise. Tau Life also is a reg, so like I guess I'm considering that in my decision there. Basically, you don't want to be denied the equity of a hand that strong, but it's obviously not strong enough to call off. Yo, you better let me in there if I have all the fucking chips. Chin said I wouldn't let Berkey in anywhere near the bubble in the tag team event. He's right. He's right. Unless we got all the chips. Then you get my bulldozing ass in there. What you shouldn't let me in for is anything during the consolidation period. Because I am just calling people off. A7, call. Here we face a min raise from the button, and we choose to defend. Flop a whole lot of nothing but backdoors. It's a board texture where he sometimes could take one off, which would be nice. If he chooses to check back, which he didn't, I would have been inclined. Oh, look at Young Koi out there in the limping streets, limping off 17 under the gun 1. It's almost like the kid's been watching videos. Yeah, if he had chosen to check back there, I think it's pretty reasonable to consider leading large on like low cards that improve us, so like the 3 of diamonds, whatever. Here, facing this cutoff open, we have 20 blinds. This is really close. I think it's just good, too good to shove, or sorry, too good to do anything but shove with. Oh no. Okay, black. Black is good. Black. Ship it. That's not straight, right? Oh, baby! We did it. We got lucky. I will take getting lucky all day long. We got the J balls here in the 215. Razy daisy. I probably could have gone a little bit larger here to ensure that we don't put ourselves in a negative spot versus sincere. But with all the reshove stacks behind, I don't want to disincentivize them when I have such a strong hand. And honestly, with him committing already 10% of his stack, if he calls, like, we're not really going to be in too tough of a spot post. Yo, Chin loves telling this story about LAPC when I bubbled it. He fucking loves to tell this story, man. Him and I were both on the bubble, and we both had, like, I don't know, 20 some odd blinds. But at my table was Dennis Blyden, who was playing 100% of hands and was obviously a fucking whale. And I went for it, man. I went for the gusto. I tried to win the event with 30 people left. I couldn't help it. And Chin's over there tanking for 3 minutes before folding his 3-deuce offsuit in middle position. And I'm over there firing it in with 9-8 suited versus Blyden, just hoping that I can get one through. Yeah, I ended up busting the event on the bubble where I limped the low jack with 9-8 suited. He limped the button, and the blinds completed, and it came 9-4-3 with 2 clubs. And I had 9-8 of clubs. And I get it all in versus Blyden, who has 4-3 offsuit. And just fucking turns me dead. Just drills a 4 right on the turn. Then he goes on to win it and tells Christian, I feel bad for busting your boy, so I'm going to give you a free 1% free roll. And he just wins it for $1 million, so Chin just gets handed $10,000. From a fucking crook, nonetheless. Like, now the guy's in jail for embezzlement. Don't worry, though. I got my just dues. I beat him out of $1 million in Ivy's room before he ever got shipped off to wherever he went to. What a joke. What a joke. Poker World's fucking weird, man. It's a weird, weird landscape to operate in. Like, just think about that. I just played in what I assume to be, well, I mean, they were, but, like, I just played in many, like, fair games against people who I think have this certain life to them or whatever the case may be, right? Like, the story was he was crypto rich. I'm just out there gambling it up with this guy. Beating him for 6 figures in cash, 7 figures, whatever. Playing in a 10K buy-in. He bubbles me and goes on to win it for $1 million. You know, it's like, it's this big story of this businessman who's competing. Fast forward 18 months, and the guy embezzled like $15 million from his company or some shit. Like, of course, now it all makes sense. How could that not have been the case? It was like he was playing on house money. All right, we're going to go ahead and open her up here. Conrad, the only way I would make you my tag team partner is if I needed the write-off for dusting off the event. If it was like, oh, I need to get an extra 10K worth of write-offs, let's play this 10K tag team event, Conrad, and you can go ahead and dust it all off. Or if we oversold to the event and couldn't cash, then and only then. You know what I miss the most about these streams? Leroy. I've really missed Leroy, man. What a mood. Leroy's a mood, you know? I sound like a millennial girl on Instagram. We got the birds. Let's see some action. Let's see some action. What is going on here? What a joke. All right, we're going to 3x it. Skyline's 19 big, so you could be limp jamming some of the time. I'd be quite fine with that. Oh, boo. Boo. I should have checked. Daniel O'Leary says, is the WSOP circuit going to be live or will it be played online? I think they're planning on it being live later this year. I'm not sure of location, though. Oh, tight folds. All right, here we defend the big. Flop butt kiss. Probably could have let this one go from an early position raise. Daniel, I think Conrad misunderstood your question. Daniel's speaking about the actual world championship or national championship, whatever they're calling it these days. And I'm pretty confident that that is going to be played live. It has to be because it includes people outside of New Jersey and Nevada. I'm going to need a lot of caffeine to get through today. That much I'm sure of. I got 7 hours of sleep too. But it was a restless sleep. It was a, I don't feel good about what happened sleep, you know? I'm going to have to talk to somebody. I feel like the Sunday schedule on WSOP is just so light. Like, to only have two events with 100K guarantee. I mean, I guess I get it. They have a smaller liquidity pool, but like a good example is the 1K. It was a turbo, and it still got 40,000 in the prize pool with only a 25K guarantee. I feel like we could just pretty comfortably make that a 50K, and it'll supersede, or it'll surpass rather. 1 sig, 2 sig. I like it. Blyden's probably a favorite in those white collar crime prison games. Andre, how's it feel to have a Sunday off? It's been a long time, my man. All right, we're going to go after it. These guys are deep enough. I don't expect to face a ton of resistance here. Wow, I didn't expect that. All right. Andre said, when I grow up, I want to be a businessman in Berkey's games. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Thank you, Beta. I appreciate you, man. Glad you've been enjoying the content. We're going to keep rolling with it. Chin right now is just freaking out because I folded 8-6 suited under the gun. He can't believe it. I promise. Okay, lot of shove and reshove stacks behind. I think this calls for a limp. There's only seemingly three stacks that can't be all in here. Koi, LV to play, and myself. Everybody else is an open shove stack or a reshove stack. I don't think whether or not I limp or raise matters. So I'm just going to choose to risk one fewer big blind and also keep the SPR deeper against Jake here. He's so heavily incentivized to call when I open anyway that doubling the pot size is just kind of a net negative. So now we're at 4 SPR instead of 2, which is great. Obviously, we flop a pretty big draw, and we'll be playing for it here either way. Drew Andrews says, Berkey, have you ever played 10-20 limit at the Mirage? I feel like we played back in the day. No. I've only ever played at the Mirage one time. It was a 5-10 no limit game in like 2012. And I was only there because Boys II Men was playing. I love me some Boys II Men. Okay, good luck to us. Good luck, team. Obviously, he's never bluffing here. I'm surprised that he has an ace. I'd be less shocked to see a hand like 3-5. I'm wondering if there's any case for calling. So if I call, we have about pot behind, but then I'm folding a lot on the turn. I think we just need to realize all of our equity and hope he doesn't have a hand like King Deuce of Hearts. Wow, okay. I really didn't think he would have a check raise fold in him, but it's nice that he does. That makes the shove a lot better. Having like even 1% fold equity there just makes that shove infinitely better. Conrad, he's talking about the national. This 5-minute delay is killing me. He's so dumb. I've already explained myself. Rewind the tape. See you. All right, here we defended 3 ways. Probably a little bit on the loose side. That's painful. Now I think we have to fold, which is pretty brutal. Yeah, I think we have to fold. There's too good of a chance that Moose Man could just check rip. Oh, that's brutal. That's brutal. Okay, what do I know? Apparently the Global Championships are online September 13th. And you have to travel in order to play it. Chin. YOU''RE, Conrad. John Fowler says Delaware has a law where there's supposed to be joint liquidity with New Jersey and Nevada, but residents of Delaware aren't allowed to play on the sites. Do you know if that'll ever change? Initially, they were a part of the liquidity pool. I don't know what happened that they stopped being a part of it. But I imagine it's never going to change because they represent such a tiny amount. So as far as I know, it's what? One of 5 or 6 legal states. But at the end of the day, they represent like 1% of the liquidity or something like that. So the sites don't really care. Coming round. Keep it at 100 got big today. 170,000 in the prize pool. All right, good luck us. Assuming nobody flicks it in behind us, we're going to be calling here, and we're going to be winning. We are going to be the favorite for sure against this range. Sure, there are some overpairs, but mostly I would expect us to be the favorite. He's going to have some pocket 7s and pocket 8s in range, and deuces. Okay. All right. 6. No, 6 is no good for us. 9 is good. I don't know why I wanted to chop like as if I was already losing. John says, how's homeschool going? Really good. We made some adjustments to first week, and I think that they were really necessary and very good. I kind of scaled it back a layer, explaining the pot odds model through investment strategies. And I think the analogy really hit home. So that's been enjoyable. It's been nice to kind of unpack that in real time, kind of rework the material. Keeps it spicy for me too as a teacher. I'm not just teaching the same old nonsense over and over again. We've also gotten a little bit better at keeping it at 3 hours, at least for week 1. Once we get into week 2, it might change. All right. Clear open. Just trying to think if there's anything else. I always want to weigh my options based on the stack depths to my left. These guys are all pretty deep with the exception of Nom, or Mom and Dad rather, I guess. So I'm actually going to check Told Momski here. This texture should hit pretty hard. There's going to be small pocket pairs that would just fold to a bet anyway that may stab. But in any event, I'm going to have a check shove versus Mom and Dad. We like to see it. Yeah, we have about a pot-sized shove behind. No reason to slow play this. Our hand's not going to improve. And it's not like we're ever going to get away on certain runouts with only one pot behind. So we get to deny the equity to Jack 10. Sucks when that happens. Let's peel a spade. Spade or a jack would have been nice. Instead, bad play is rewarded. That's painful. Yeah, I think that flat is loose. I think she started the hand with like 18 blinds. No, she had 20 on the dot. Or he had 20 on the dot. I don't know. It's fine, I guess. You do have the button. It's just like, what are you hoping for? I think shoving is way better. Shoving just performs a lot better when I have hands like what I had. I'm also opening like pretty wide. You know, I'm going to be opening that spot like 30% or so. So yeah, a hand like Queen 9 suited performs fairly well in a late versus late scenario. I think flatting is probably just like kind of punting a little bit. But it's nice when you flop the top 2 versus top pair. That makes it easy. Don't turn your back on me, mama. 'Cause you know it's just tonight. Guys, if you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe. We always need as much support as we can possibly get out of you. Thank you to all 300 of you that are watching right now. Appreciate it, my man. Yo, why is Conrad shouting? Why is he using all caps? Who woke this guy up? Go back to Twitter, man. Go back to Twitter. Institution. Be your little joke. Even Jesus wasn't safe, girl. From the loving of a friend. It's love you came to earth to find, girl. killed him in the end.
We only get one chance to live again. We only get one chance to lose.
Oh man, you guys keep me entertained in the chat, that's for sure.
There's nobody out there picking up the pieces, girl. Just a lonely boy
Come here, cat.
on this stage and he's singing,
Come on. Come on.
the blues.
Attaboy. This cat's weird, man. He comes and he sits in my lap, but he doesn't want to be touched. Actually, I understand him. It's my spirit animal. I completely get it. Too much for me, girl. Okay, we're gonna let this one go. 20 blinds under the gun. It's pretty tough to turn that hand profitable. Fours isn't exactly our best stealing candidate there. Oh, the glories of a fool.
We only get one chance to live again. We only get one chance to lose. There's nobody out there picking up the pieces, girl. They're just a lonely boy up behind this stage and he's singing, 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 singing the blues. Don't forget the time.
Oh wow, we're nearing the bubble in this 215. So there's 184 remaining, 120 pay. 120? My goodness. Nice, at least I got the Friends reference.
In the springtime. You know it burns your
All right,
shells in the fall.
I like 910 in this spot. We're gonna flick it in. I don't like it so much anymore. Flopping middle pair sucks. But it's okay. Like, when you play loose like this, you just have to understand sometimes you're going to flop equity that you can't realize. So you just hope that this checks through. That's nice when it does. Now I think we have ourselves a good spot to attempt to take this pot down. I think we get to bet once. We can expect like flush draws to call. Some hands that beat us, some hands that we beat. So there'll be some better 10x. There will be some jacks in there, maybe. But there will also be like ace jack and king jack that didn't choose to bet the flop. So once called, I think we have a very clear check. And I think we have a bluff catcher here that is pretty obvious to me anyway. It's very unlikely B-Mill has a queen. It's very unlikely that he has better than 9-10. That bet size definitely represents like ace-10, but you know, it's almost 8-1 or 6-1 rather. It's over 6-1, or it's about 6-1. So I think we have a pretty clear call. Yeah. Better 10x. That's a selfish bet by him. I certainly would be checking my queen x's there as well, but he does have a pretty good 10. So I think it's kind of reasonable to get 2.5 big blinds out of us there on the end. James Everest says, Yo, Berkey, do you play any chess? I've literally never played once in my life. I barely know how the pieces move, to be quite frank. I mean, I can figure it out, but I truly don't know much about the game.
Sunrise. Hold me tight, don't
Here we defended the big blind with queen 10 off. Flopped the gut shot, checked through. Didn't feel like the deuce was a good card to start betting for us, so I checked again, checked through. Obviously the king river's trash. It does look like I would have gotten it to a point of chopping on the turn had I bet. I imagine Bobby O would have continued.
That's where she is, that's where I wanna stay. 'Cause in the night of her eyes, there's a light.
I'm here to listen to Leroy Talons. Having Berkey on in the background is just a plus. I'm with you, man. I am with that sentiment. There's a girl with eyes like ocean breeze. She spends my nights and steadies my days.
She loves me like a river.
Love to see where it roams.
There's a highway long and a road deep and the secrets are too.
Guys, we got to put a run together. Otherwise, this is going to be the shortest stream in the history of streams. We have sub 25 blinds on both tables. Just going to be doing a lot of folding here in the near future. Well, that's unfortunate. The keeping it 100 is paying way too many. Oh, wait, maybe not. So it had 823 entrants, and it's paying 120. Okay, so about 15%. That's reasonable. It shines. That does seem reasonable. Kevin says, Berg, thank you for the live thought process. In teaching, we call that a think out loud, and I appreciate it. I love games that require multiple levels of thinking. That's why I love poker, chess, etc. I'm with you, man. Me too. I really do enjoy strategy games. I like the nuance. I like the ability to kind of pick things apart and figure out what's going on at the core rather than just the surface level. I think poker really allows for that. Why is this thing being stubborn? All right, we got the goods. This will just be an open shove. If it folds to us, it'll be a reshove. If it doesn't, oh wow, big open. To me, that just signifies that we're ahead more often than not. 3x under the gun from likely a rec player. We might be flipping against like jacks or whatever, but ace queen suited far too good to fold. I do think that there's a chance that this is ace king some of the time, but I don't really think we can concern ourselves with that. What I'm very certain of is it probably isn't kings or aces. And that in and of itself is reason enough to go for it. And also, if he ever folds, we just get that extra blind and a half. Whatever it is. So he could have opened to 32. He chose to open to 45. So we get that extra almost one full big blind. No snap. Oh, baby, let's go. Let's go. Put a deuce up there. One time. No. Oh, man. Come on. That's so bad. Oh, man. Go ahead, clip it. Let that guy challenge me to heads up for rolls, too. That's fucking bad. It's optimistic. Let's put it that way. It's optimistic. All right. One dream remains. Good luck, us. 20 big blinds. We're just chilling.
You can blame it on your busted luck.
Thank you, Scott Parrish. He said week 1 of homeschool is in the books and his mind is blown. I appreciate that, man. I'm really happy that it's been helpful. I hope it only gets better down the line. It's definitely exhausting. It's definitely exhausting. Joanne. My roommate Joanne in the chat saying, no monkey, you can do it. No monkey, but they're not letting me do it. I'm definitely not monkeying though.
You gotta tell her so she knows. So she knows
Oh boy. Tournaments just go so fast. It's like, oh, we're just gonna get our money in the middle and live and die by the equities. I really do see the appeal of live MTTs compared to this. It just slows the pain way down. I mean, like, literally, think about that. There are live events, like the main event, where people go days without ever being all in and covered. Days. 6 days, 7 days. Where the structure is so good that they're literally never at risk. Like, I can't go a level. I literally can't make it a level without my stack being at risk. What up, Andrew Hart? How you doing, man?
she might come to hear your band.
We're gonna need some heat, guys. We gotta at least get to the point of the $500 registration. Otherwise, we're gonna be bagging it.
Boat, you missed your chance.
To really tell her.
Really tell her that you love her.
Yeah, I feel like WSOP can get like more 50K guarantees going. Like, even if it's at a slightly smaller buy-in level, you slap a 50K guarantee on a $50 buy-in, it's gonna hit. You know, they crushed it with that. What did they run during the last circuit? It was like a $50 turbo add-on re-entry. Turbo add-on rebuy or something like that, where it was a $55 50K every day, and it just smashed the guarantee. Man, I wish we had ace jack instead of ace queen. Know what I mean? Would really punish that guy. So she knows. The best part about all of this is I'm not even tempted to play cash because there are no games. Oh, baby. As I say that, a 10-20 gets off. Well, shoot. I'm going to stay disciplined, though. Not playing it. No monkey. No monkey! Aces. That's a good hand. What just happened? That was a huge pot for that guy to have 9-5. What in the world? He just went off, huh? He just went for it. Man, this client has been screwing up. Every time I try to run the replayer or open the lobby, it just goes to a blank screen. Very frustrating. Man, $81,000 the first, $45,000 the second. That is a huge discrepancy. Huge discrepancy. Ay, ay, ay. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be back.
When he gets done with him, he's coming after you.
Just in the nick of time. Whew. Matt Affleck. What the hell are you doing here, my man? Good to see you. He said you don't know SRI. He's a WSOP legend. I just got to meet him, apparently. He taught me a real fucking lesson. Not to overvalue that ace-queen suited. It's just a drawing hand. Should have saw flop first. And then just pitched it, you know? Whenever I realized it was no good. That would have been the correct thing to do. On the pavement, taking me toward the coast. I said, hey, baby, you done me wrong. I said, hey. The DJ said, how did you do last night at 5K heads up? We didn't play heads up that long, maybe only like an hour and a half or so. I lost a little bit to AccuGum. I spread it out. I lost to a lot of people. BB is sick, beat me in a 300 big blind flip. His jacks versus my ace king, he just flopped me dead. That was brutal. And then AccuGum also beat me in a 300 big blind flip. I think we have a pretty clear call here. Ugh, I just hate to do it though. All right, I'm gonna fold. I know it's tight, but the value of this tournament's too high to press a small edge. I'm just gonna be smarter than that. I'm gonna be smarter than that. Okay, let it go. But yeah, anyway, I lost playing 25-50 last night. I was up, I think I was up like 13,000 at my peak, give or take. And I ended up losing 16,000. It was swingy. Oh, I lost three-handed small blind versus button. I doubled up AccuGum with ace queen versus aces. That was no fun. There was a big hand that I made a huge call with the third nut flush on a 4 flush board where he just had king 9 high, no heart. He had all the heart, but you know, no heart that mattered. Cause you're dying light. Are we on the bubble here? 217. Nah, we're far away. 80 people pay. Sorry, 75 people pay. Someone. Let it go, let it go. I would have open ripped this had it folded to us. And it's gonna be alright. You're dying light. Okay, good luck us if it folds to us. I don't think it's going to, though. I imagine Bama's going to open. Nope. Okay, good luck us. Would love to get this through with no call. So far, so good. Keep folding. Oh no, good luck. Let's go, hold. Heart! We need it! All right, guys. It was a short, eventful stream. We won no flips. We won no hands where we were the favorite. We won one hand where we were behind. Unfortunately, that's it. That's all I got. There's nothing left to play. So I'm going to wrap it. Sorry that it was short and sweet, but that's how these are going to go. I'm going to try to stream more frequently. I'm going to be coming in as max late reg. So basically the times that I don't make runs, the streams are unfortunately going to get cut short. I really don't think I want to stream high stakes cash. I like the idea of maybe making videos for the trading site at those stakes. But yeah, I just think I'm giving too much up. Or let me rephrase that. I don't think I have a strong enough stranglehold on the field to spot them all of the information. So I don't know what my edge is on the field for sure. I definitely don't know, assuming I even have one. And, you know, with that said, I'm at a huge handicap letting them know how I think and what my hole cards are. So I'm just, yeah, it's too high of stakes. You know, when I'm swinging 20 or 30K in a single day, I don't want to have the layer of knowing that my opponents are watching me at the same time added to that. Also, it kind of kills the vibe at the table. There are a lot of like really chatty people like Jeff Areno and Capone and a few others who are really willing to like chat it up and get into the weeds whenever the cameras aren't on. But when they know it's being streamed, you know, the conversation kind of halts a little bit and things scale back a little. So that's going to do it for our Sunday stream. I'm going to bag it. I apologize for the brevity, but what can you do, man? I can't make them let me win, you know? So that's going to wrap it. I'm going to try to come back again on Tuesday. I can't stream tomorrow because of homeschool, but I'm going to try to be back here on Tuesday. Hop in the streamy streets. Again, it'll probably be a late stream. I haven't looked at the schedule yet, but I think that everything starts around 4 p.m. So I'll probably be firing up around 6 once the late reg is kind of getting there, getting deeper into the event, whatever you want to say. So yeah, I'll see you guys Tuesday evening, and if not then, I will see you Wednesday morning live for the vlogcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you then.